Hey, Jake, we're not getting any return.
We don't have the men's schedule.
Do what?
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Conference USA champs.
Can you go back to the women's?
News Radio WGNS.
Yes, I can.
Do it. Play it.
Murfreesboro. On the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to Rick and Sell Live, presented by Ascend Federal Credit
They've got a
Union,
problem in the studio, so he's got to use that again.
Blue Raider Athletics. Our
So-
coverage is also brought to you by
Seems like that was
Ascension St.
Learfield
Thomas,
never loaded our
official
schedule here,
hospital
so
partner
I'm
of
going to call
MTSU,
them
and
here in a few
by
minutes and
Lewis
talk to them
Bakeries,
about it.
Bakers
Okay.
of Bunny, Sunbeam,
Maybe
and
they'll-
Healthy
yeah.
Life Breads. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Lady Raiders, Dick Palmer.
Well,
Go ahead,
try
Chip.
We'll try it one more time here, and let you know that we're kind of getting through it here today. So we welcome in to another edition of Nick McDevitt Live, and we've got some cables that are a little cross-eyed here a little bit. We'll figure it all out here in just a second. Chip Walters along with Coach Nick McDevitt. Glad to have you along here with us, and our program is presented by Middle Tennessee Electric and service to you to make your life better. Energy, service, and life. And Coach, glad to have you with us tonight. And I'm telling you, on campus today, we've had volleyball had a victory today. They beat Old Dominion for a second straight day. Baseball is off to a 1-0 start. Finally, they get to play their home opener, and in kind of a miraculous job of getting the field cleaned off after I was over there yesterday at noon, and I thought, well, it may be Tuesday or Wednesday before they ever get to play, but they figured it out and got it done, and the field looked great this afternoon, taking everything into account. And they were to beat Oakland University out of Michigan 7-4. They will play a doubleheader tomorrow at starting with a 9-inning game at 1 o'clock, and then they'll play a 7-inning game after that. And there is a soccer friendly going on over at the Dean Hayes Track and Soccer Complex as the Lady Raiders are hosting Vanderbilt. And on top of that, here we are over here in the Hall of Fame building on a beautiful Monday. And so there it is. It's just kind of lay it all out there.
Yeah, we got everything going on campus, and we're all able to thaw out a little bit after a whole lot of cold and snow last week. Get a little activity over here and warm things up a little bit.
Well, as you know, I like to bring you as much knowledge of that will never help you anywhere in life as I possibly can. I think I read this that we never got above freezing for 7 straight days, which I think is like the third longest period of time in recorded history in Nashville since they've been recording those kind of weather records. And, I don't know how many days it was, but I do know it was cold.
We have our men's schedule up.
I do know it was cold.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Yeah.
There was plenty of snow in our backyard. Our 2 kids had plenty of fun in it. I know that. And it was hectic, obviously, for Lauren, having both kids home all day, every day for an entire week, and then again today. But she's loves them to death, but I'm sure she's looking forward to them going back to school tomorrow.
And that will happen. And but did you have any issues getting around? Anything?
No.
I would imagine. I've been to your house. I bet your driveway was no fun to deal with.
The front side of the house doesn't get as much sun as the back side, so the back side, it was gone in a hurry. We had no trouble as far as getting around. Unfortunately, we're one of the many in the mid-state area here with an ice dam on the roof. So that's not been fun over the last couple of days. But had some folks out there looking at it today. So getting a little water dried up. It just was all dammed up in a particular corner of our roof. So
trying to think the last time when I'd heard the word ice dam, and I can't remember when it was, but because you don't, it has to be.
Never heard of such a thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't, and and then to find out it's an actual thing, and then people in our on our Facebook, our neighborhood Facebook page, we clearly weren't the only ones in the neighborhood dealing with the same issue.
So you don't think it's a term that construction companies just made up?
It's definitely not something that somebody just threw at us. It has happened before, and apparently isn't completely uncommon.
Yeah, and the temperatures and all. I think even here on campus, when you've got over 100 buildings, you're going to have some weather issues, and I'm sure here on campus there was some of that. And there's always a little cleanup when Mother Nature decides to flex her muscles, and she said, "You guys have been saying you wanted a good snow. Well, here you go. Here you
That's
go.
right.
Take some of this." But and that's one of the things that I think I've got some neighbors who moved here from California, and they were just completely blown away by all this. And they've been bugging me. Are we going to get any snow? Are we going to get any snow? I said, yeah, we'll probably get a little bit here and there, whatever. I said, in every few years we'll get a good one, And so
I'm sure they were asking, is this considered the good one?
They have, and they have posted more pictures of them making snow angels and for all their friends back in California to see. But it is it is a phenomenal deal. And the amazing part was, as quick as it got here last Sunday night through Monday, which caused us to go remote last week, which thanks to Nathan and some folks who helped us pull that together very quickly, and it went really well, a lot of fun last week. But when that sun popped out yesterday, I mean, it was,
gone.
I mean, it was
Gone.
Amazing how quick it was. And like today, I mean, you can't even tell that hardly, not even in some of the shady spots. But that's behind us, and we're going to have 60-degree weather the next few days, and that's what Tennessee weather's all about. You got snow and ice one day, and 2 days later, it's in the 60s, and everybody's wearing shorts.
And perhaps did I see this wrong on my phone that maybe some snow on Thursday?
Are you kidding me?
I really think I saw that there's a chance of snow on Thursday. So yes, we'll have the 60-degree weather tomorrow, but
11%. I'm seeing 11% chance of precipitation, but the low will be 36, so there might be some spitting around, but still, the highs for the next few days, 61, 64, which will be
we'll take it.
Really nice for Blue Raider baseball the next couple of days out at Reese Smith Field. So anyway, just a crazy week, which included no basketball games.
No basketball games. Saturday afternoon practice got switched to the rec center.
Oh, really?
When the power went out on Saturday morning. Actually, Coach Insel was about halfway through his. He was scheduled to go 10 to 11. We were going 10 to 12. We were going to go 12 to 2. And about 10 minutes after 11, the power in the Murphy Center went off. And so they just kept going for about another 30 minutes and called it good. And then
Wow.
we stuck around for about 30 minutes, never popped on. So we moved across campus and had our practice on Saturday up in the rec center where they did have power.
Well, it's good that, and again, good when you've got 500 acres of campus, chances
It's
are
terrific.
somewhere there's going to be power on. We'll talk about all that and more, but our opening segment tonight, opening segment of Nonsense, is brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, covering daily news from Murfreesboro. Pick one up around town every Monday or log into murfreesboropost.com anytime. We'll take a break. More with Coach Nick McDevitt after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield, IMG College.
Quick cash could do you right. Quick cash could do you right. You could win some cash in an instant. You could win it later that night. Fun now, fun later. Add quick cash to a drawing game. Like
Yep,
Lotto
been,
America, Cash for Life, and even Tennessee Cash. Add quick cash to any of them, and you can win cash in a flash. Today's the day to play quick cash from the Tennessee Lottery. It's game-changing fun. Ooh. Now please play responsibly.
Love getting prices prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are
It is
lower
clear,
than the
okay.
everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers, the people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
All right, welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live tonight, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. And our show is also brought to you in part by Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, the #1 producing Exit Realty office in the United States. Find them online at exitmurfreesboro.com. And, Coach, Friday, I was at home, and I had literally printed out my copy of the game notes for the weekend. I had my scorecard. I had my spotting charts all laid out. Was getting ready to get all that together, and my phone rings at 10:15, and it was Mark Owens of Media Relations, and he said, in 15 minutes we're going to make a joint announcement that all 4 games are not going to be played this weekend. So kind of, as they say in politics, give us the TikTok on that of how that came about.
Well, really just, it came down to Louisiana Tech, at least on the men's side, they couldn't get out. They just couldn't get here. And obviously as a result, our women couldn't get there either.
Both airports, Shreveport and Monroe, were both iced in.
Both airports were closed, and they, obviously you're talking about Louisiana where you're not used to getting tons and tons of snow. So already your snow equipment and weather equipment is limited. It's just less than what you would have in Minnesota or New York or anywhere else that's up north and used to it. But also we later found out from Louisiana Tech that the State Highway Patrol down there was telling them that they have even fewer than what they did a year ago because so many trucks got damaged during the hurricane. And so they said, we just don't have any way of clearing this up. It's just going to have to melt. And so talking to their head coach, he called Friday morning as well and said, I'm sorry. He said, in this crazy year of where everybody's missing games because of COVID, we've gotten fortunate, and they hadn't missed a single game all season. That was the first game they've missed, and he said, and we're going to have to miss it because of snow in Louisiana. He said,
yeah.
I never
thought that would be coming out of his mouth.
No, but they were just sorry they couldn't make it. It was going to end up being about a 12, 14-hour bus ride just because of how bad the road conditions were. And then, as you said, both airports were closed. So as a result, our women's team couldn't get down there either. There was no place to land. They looked at getting flights, commercial flights through Dallas and getting over, and could not land.
Wow.
Charter plane, nowhere to land. And then obviously the bus that's a little excessive on time to get there. So obviously all 4 games were canceled.
Wow. And did it catch you by surprise? Or did you have any –
we were, obviously we'd already pushed the series a day,
right,
to give it a little bit more time to, melt off. But because of no equipment, they weren't able to handle the roads. They were saying we haven't seen a snow truck all week. Wherever you go, you're getting there on your own. It's not because the road conditions are being improved based on a whole lot of salt trucks and snow plows pushing this stuff out of the way. It's just where people have worn the tracks out and it's starting to melt a little bit. So that there was just nowhere to go.
Yeah. It and for your ball club, trying to, you're coming off the weekend at Marshall, came back and playing a more traditional style team, very athletic. They have Louisiana Tech's always very athletic, great forwards, typically have a great point guard. And talk about your prep for that, and how did you handle it with your team once the word came down, and what kind of practice do you put in? Do you automatically start on Old Dominion, or do you just do kind of skill development stuff?
We did that. We lifted weights and had small group workouts. Got a lot of shots up on Friday when we found out. And then Saturday just decided to have basically an inter-squad scrimmage as long as we could. It wasn't for the full 40 minutes because obviously we had 12 guys, so both teams just having one sub. And for our guards, there are no subs. So we just kept playing 4-minute segments over and over and over and tried to get as close to a simulated 40-minute game as we could on Saturday, and really just played ourselves.
Who looked good in that simulated game?
I thought, considering the circumstances, I was really proud of their attention, their effort, their attitude at yet another curveball. Because again, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, that was the practice that we were going to try to scrimmage here at the Murphy Center. So 24 hours earlier, 24 hours earlier, you've got a game against Louisiana Tech. And now all of a sudden you're going to have an inter-squad scrimmage, and then the lights aren't coming on. Now you got to get in your car as an athlete, drive across campus, and have a practice
and you're
against
not
each
dressed
other.
At that time, you're not dressed for
in
snow and ice. Yeah.
In the rec center. But they played hard. They got after each other, and after all of a sudden you're kind of, well, shoot, we're not getting to play, and then you're supposed to practice here, and that doesn't work out. You can emotionally with your effort, things like that, just pull the plug.
Yeah.
And it becomes just a worthless day on the basketball court. And it wasn't. They did a good job.
Were Donovan and Jared back?
Donovan and Jared are back.
They both scrimmaged?
They did.
Okay.
Yep, both scrimmaged. They're seem to be well on the mend. So we're hoping, knock on wood, everything you can. Hopefully we're as close to full board as we can be right now without Dontrell.
Wow. And, in what this unfortunate cancellation of a weekend series, does several things. Number one, you lose a home weekend.
Yep.
Number two, you lose senior day. Number three, you now finish the regular season with 6 straight on the road and 8 of your last 10 on the road.
Yeah, it's a lot. And particularly when you start thinking about the flights that are coming up. We're flying to ODU this week, get back, turn around, and we're going to fly down to Florida, and we'll get back here and we'll fly down to Texas. So we'll get well used to the Nashville airport, and it's tough, but that's life in this league, and you got to go find a way to win games on the road.
And somewhere along the way, everybody is going to be dealt a bad hand this year, somewhere along the way. And yours, I mean, you've had, we've had several things, happen throughout the year, but I mean, the way, if you could have handpicked a weekend that you were going to lose to weather,
this wouldn't have been it.
It wouldn't have been it.
No.
It might have been the weekend before or this weekend coming up, but you never want to lose home games.
You don't want to lose home games, and you don't want to lose a chance for your seniors to play their last game at home. Senior days, always a memorable one, and unfortunately not going to be able to have one this year.
We're going to do a little virtual senior night.
That's right.
Tonight. Javante Milner is here, and we're going to talk to him about life. We're going to talk to him about basketball and what he missed about his senior night on Saturday. Want to remind you that Blue Raider fans, you can get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000 or leecompany.com. We'll have a word from one of our great partners, and back with Javante Milner and Coach Nick McDevitt after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? Use it online, in stores, or add it to your mobile wallet. You can even use it at the 2 ATMs on campus if you need some cash. Visit one of Ascend's 4 Murfreesboro branches or visit Ascend online at ascend.org. Bank where Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union, exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 80 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. We provide 24/7 assistance by calling 1-888-MY-ROSCOE. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
With COVID cases on the rise, student and faculty safety is more important than ever. RJ Young provides zero-contact temperature kiosks to scan temperatures of every visitor into a campus building. Paired with a database accessed through a QR code, you can monitor and log critical information for tracing needs. To provide COVID protection on your campus, visit rjyoung.com/safety.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're watching with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help block your hunger and give you energy. So pick up some Bunny Buns and Bunny Bread today. It's sure to be a slam dunk.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Over the past few weeks, we've talked about Middle Tennessee Electric's charitable foundation, Sharing Change. We want to encourage each of you to consider signing up for Sharing Change because we know this program helps to provide vital funding for community-based programs. Today, we have a few guests joining us to discuss how Sharing Change has impacted an organization in our local community. Jay Sanders, can you explain how Sharing Change has impacted our local Red Cross?
Chip, over the years, Sharing Change has awarded over $40,000 to the Red Cross. These grants help to support disaster services and home fire victims throughout our community. The Red Cross is a wonderful example of a local organization that supports our residents in need. Joining us today to talk about the Red Cross is James Evans, a board member for our local Red Cross chapter, and Tara Stone, executive director for our local Red Cross chapter.
James, can you tell us how the residents of Rutherford County can support your organization at the Red Cross?
Yeah, absolutely. So, volunteers are critical to the Red Cross. Most people may not realize when they see the people out in the red vest and the Red Cross shirts that a majority of those are volunteers. They're just critical to the organization and for its meeting its mission. The Red Cross is always actively seeking blood donors as well and financial support.
And Tara, are there any upcoming events that are associated with the Red Cross?
Yes, actually we have our annual American Red Cross Heroes event scheduled for March 10th. This event will be virtual as we honor Tennessee's 76th Adjutant General Major General Jeffrey H. Holmes for his service to our country for the last 40 years. If you'd like information about the event, please feel free to contact me at tara.stone@redcross.org.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very proud to be involved with the Red Cross. I just got my 2-gallon pen here recently, so I was tickled for that. Use the app. Use the Red Cross app. That's very, very important. Guys, this is just another great example of a local nonprofit providing vital services in our community. I'd like to thank Jay Sanders, James Evans, and Tara Stone for joining us today. Everybody, say the words. Go Blue Raiders.
Go Blue Raiders.
All right. Thanks to our friends from Middle Tennessee Electric and also the Red Cross. And this handsome dude, if those of you watching on Facebook and Twitter, is Javante Milner Chris. And I called Coach yesterday. I said, Coach, what are we going to do on the show tomorrow? We didn't play any games. I said, JV did not get to have a senior day. I said, let's have a senior night for him right here on the radio show. And so here we are. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine.
You're good with that? Okay. Let me. There you go. I've been fighting with this thing all night. But anyway, when you guys found out you weren't going to play, what was disappointing to you about not playing this weekend?
The biggest thing that was a little upsetting was that my parents wasn't going to get to see me play my final home game. That's the biggest thing that was upsetting to me. Were they in town? Had they made it here? No, they were going to come down the day before and get a hotel.
Well, there's plenty of hotel rooms. Did you have a chance to talk to him about no senior day? Or?
Oh, it was quick. I mean, from the time that we found out until letting the team know, it was almost instant. That it was just a quick turnaround, and it was. Like we talked about a minute ago, you just hate finding out at the last minute that you're not going to play home games, but not, let alone senior night. We were talking about that the other day. Hard enough to not have fans in the stands for senior night, and then you don't even have one. It's just it's tough. Been a tough year, and that was just another part of it right there. Is just another curveball.
You and your teammates, and they rally. I'm sure they rallied around you this weekend when that didn't happen. But you guys hang out and all that, and you had your scrimmage on Saturday. Kind of give me your thoughts on where this team is, because this team works really, really hard, and they have had some challenges thrown at them throughout the year. Tell me your thoughts on where this team is right now, and how we can finish this thing in a positive manner.
We're getting better. One thing, if I had something to describe this team, I'd say we're a bunch of fighters. We don't give up on nothing. We going to fight to the end, no matter what. And that's everybody down the line. We just going to fight.
The thing that has amazed me is when Donovan got hurt, you guys sucked it up. Not that you didn't care. You just knew you had to go on. It's the next guy, and you had to play. And then when Dontrell, leading scorer, great on-ball defender, he goes down, and you guys finish out that ball game, end up getting a sweep over Charlotte that week. That's not something that – that's character. That's not – you're not learning how to do that on the whiteboard. That's something that's inside of you guys.
Yeah. I mean, it sucked when it happened, but when it did happen, we all just knew that we was gonna have to come together and fight even harder, and that's what we did, and we got those 2 wins, and then like ever since then, we all just been coming together even more, practicing, going hard at each other, competing nonstop, and like I previously said, just the will to fight and not stop until it's over.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, Javante has been really good on the floor, averaging nearly 11 a game. He's a hard guard coach because he's a post player. He can play inside, but he also can step out and make the three, and that that jump shot from the elbow that makes you a 3-level guy right there, and that's marketable.
Yeah, that's really what we look for, particularly in the position that he plays, is just that versatility. Guys that can put the ball on the deck a little bit, they can post up a little bit, they can shoot a little bit. Good passers, smart players. They're just versatile guys. Guys that get rebounds and start the break. Guys that can pick and pop. Guys that can pick and roll. When you get multi-dimensional players, particularly at that position in our offense, it makes it work that much more efficiently and that much better. And that's why he's just a key component for our basketball team.
I tell you, he is a key component in the basketball sense, but that Javante is even sitting here talking to us tonight is an incredible story. And stick with us after the break. We're going to talk about his journey of how he has gotten right here. Javante Milner, Chris, and Coach McDevitt right here coming up next on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
Build a safer campus with security cameras by RJ Young. Our security cameras are limitlessly smart, scalable, and simple to use. Schools are choosing our security systems as they can be monitored from anywhere and give instant alerts. With COVID cases on the rise, the camera's environmental sensors conduct heat mapping to monitor high-traffic areas so you know where to sanitize often. To provide protection to your campus, visit rjyoung.com/safety.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
At TriGreen, we stand behind you with smart solutions to keep your property looking its best. Like our Smart Savings event, where you can get a 1023E tractor for just $90 per month. That's with 0% financing for 84 months. Find more smart savings at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Offer ends 1/31/2021, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Time to try green. Time to try green.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Make a fast break for Bunny Bread, proud supporter of the Blue Raiders. With its soft, fresh taste you know and love, Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns are fan favorites for all ages. Bunny is the perfect three-pointer with the taste you want, the nutrition you need, and energy to go. So score big with Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns today and cheer the Blue Raiders on to victory.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live tonight, brought to you in part by Certified Public Accountants, Grannis & Associates, specializing in business and personal accounting and tax services. Grannis & Associates, 615-895-1040, and online at gcpas.com. And Blue Raider graduating senior Javante Milner Chris is here with us. And, I wanted to get Javante to tell a little bit of his story. If you remember last season, he was Javante Milner on the back of his jersey. And this year, Javante Milner Chris. And tell folks why that is.
I had asked my recent family to adopt me, and it's something that I have been wanting to do ever since I was in high school.
Okay, let me back up just a little bit. 9 years ago, where were you? 9 to 10 years ago.
High school, before my junior season, I was living with a friend. Then me and her were real close. We weren't related. I was just living with her, and I had ended up getting into some trouble, and we kind of had a falling out. And after that, I just thought that it was best that I just not live with her anymore. And from that time to like maybe in the summer going into high school, I was just kind of bouncing around from home to home, and I was homeless. And my junior year is when I decided that I was going to live with my high school coach. And ever since then, I've been living with them, like, ever since.
I was going to say, that's when the Chris family became part of your life.
Yep.
And the decision for you to ask them to adopt you so you could have their name, I don't know that there's any stronger statement you can make that you are part of their family than to ask them. Is that, I mean, that was deep inside of you.
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to ask them could they adopt me ever since the day I moved in with them. Like, I'll never forget my pops. He the first day I moved in with him, I wouldn't eat. Like, for like the first couple of days, I wouldn't eat none of their food. I would barely touch their stuff, and I actually ended up leaving the house and like not coming back until they called me, because I don't really believe in staying longer than I should. Like, I would always feel like I was overstaying my welcome, like if I stay somewhere too long. And because of that, I ended up leaving the house, and they ended up calling me asking me to come back. And I'll never forget, he told me, like, you are my son now. And ever since then, I've never looked at him any different. Like, I look at him like he's my real dad, and if anybody tells me he's not, I tell them they're lying. Like, he is my real dad, and his wife, she is my real mother. Like, I don't look at them any other way.
Yeah.
Tell the folks how you asked them. I think that's a cool part of the story. The letter.
I sent them a letter. Was it Mother's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sent my mom a letter on Mother's Day. That way, when she opened it, like, she would see the Happy Mother's Day, but she would also see the adoption papers. Like, I had printed some adoption papers off online, and as soon as she opened them, she FaceTimed me, and like, she was in tears, and like right away she said yes.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool story.
Really.
I mean, when he told me about it, I had chills. I said, man, I know how much that must have meant to her to get that letter on Mother's Day, asking them to officially make him a part of their family. Although he had been a part of their family for a long time,
yeah,
that was going to make it official.
Well, I mean, you've been around here now. This is your 3 years you've been around here, and you know, he's always quiet, you know, but to hear how proudly you tell that story, that's not something you shy away from. I mean, the challenges in your life are what have made you the man you are now, and also it says just amazing things about the Chris family, and what they mean to you and what you mean to them. It's an incredible story. I know it's online on GoBlueRaiders.com somewhere, but you know, the Chris family, they're going to see this, and we wish you were here, because we're trying to do our best to give Javante a little senior night tonight, and you know, I think you're the kind of guy who is going to be. You're graduating. What does that mean to you to know that you're going to walk that stage? 10 years ago, did you ever imagine that was going to happen?
No, I didn't. Honestly, no. I never even thought that I would like touch a college campus. And then basketball happened, and then I got the chance to, and now I am graduating. So I'm graduated, and that was a great feeling.
What would you like to do after you graduate?
I would like to honestly play professional ball and start my own like little clothing business because I like fashion. Like I'm a real like person. I don't care what it is. If I think it looks nice,
the Teal Raiders here.
If I think it looks nice, I'll wear it. So I would like to start like a little clothing business.
That'd be great. Well, I'll tell you, Javante, there are a lot of Blue Raiders who are watching and listening tonight, and just know you've got a family here forever, and this is always going to be home to you. So
Yes,
don't ever hesitate to come back and visit once this is over with. But the other thing, bust your butt and let's finish this thing right, okay?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. Javante Milner-Chris has been our guest tonight. We will take a timeout. We'll get back with Coach McDevitt and more, but a lot to think about with JV out here tonight. So back after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, plus rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
We welcome you now to Skateboard Vert. On the deck, it's the Extreme One, Tristan Jaden, dropping in, and whoa, no way!
Did he just frontside backside that?
He did, Brooks. He hit the front of that Extreme Cash instant game, flipped it, scratched the back, and this crowd is loving it.
We've seen extreme tricks before, Ryder, but I don't know how you top this. I really don't.
Take your fun to the extreme with Extreme Cash Games, only from the Tennessee Lottery.
Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
At TriGreen, we stand behind you with smart solutions to keep your property looking its best. Like our Smart Savings event, where you can get a 1023E tractor for just $90 per month. That's with 0% financing for 84 months. Find more smart savings at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Offer ends 1/31/2021, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Time to try green, time to try green.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Dr. Sean Brown joins us today from TOA as they keep you in the game, and she is a specialist with hands and all of that. And after last week's ice, Dr. Brown, I would imagine there's some folks that probably have some sprained wrists.
Yes, absolutely. We've seen quite a few patients who've injured their wrist over the last week, mainly with a slip and fall on the ice.
When something like that happens to you, and you do have that slip and fall, you try to catch yourself, and you get up and boy, you got that sharp pain in your wrist. What's the immediate first steps that you as a patient need to take on your own?
Great question. Usually I have patients look at the wrist to see if there are any open wounds, because you want to assess to see, well, did the skin break? Because that's something that's an immediate emergency, so you would need to seek immediate medical attention. If the skin is intact and there are no open wounds, then look to see if there's any obvious deformity. However, I will say for patients, Chip, that there are times when they can say, hey, it looks pretty normal, but it can still be broken. But of course, if there's an obvious deformity or if there's any open wound, that's something that you want to seek immediate medical attention for. Then I have patients go to the normal kind of RICE technique, resting it, elevating it, icing it. And of course, if they have some ibuprofen or some type of anti-inflammatory at home, they can take that. I do encourage patients after any type of slip and fall, definitely get an x-ray, because you still may be able to move the wrist and it can be broken.
And sprains and breaks are very similar in the way that they are cared for, correct?
Absolutely. And it's hard to know sometimes just looking at your wrist if it's a sprain versus a fracture. So that's why we really encourage patients to come in to have an x-ray obtained, because then we can rule out if there is a fracture or not.
Yep. There it is. Great information from Dr. Sean Brown, keeping you in the game after the snowstorm. Appreciate Dr. Brown today, kind of right out of the headlines, talk to her today to talk about wrist injuries. Our show is brought to you in part by the Daily News Journal, Rutherford County's first source for news, sports, and much more. Visit dnj.com today. And our show presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. And, Coach, to do a little postscript on our visit with Javante, cats like that just don't come around every day.
Man, what a story! Just he said earlier tonight about our team, talking about the guys are just fighters, and just trying to figure out ways to fight through the obstacles that are being thrown at them as a group, whether it's been injuries, COVID, weather, whatever it is, just got to fight. And he's a fighter and has been battling and fighting through obstacles and things thrown at him, and good for him and good for the Chris family to come together, and just really happy for him. You think about a kid that I shouldn't say a kid, a young man that 8 or 9 years ago was homeless, and now he's graduating.
He was lucky if he was couch surfing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And now going to be a college grad and is going to figure out a way to be successful in life.
No question about it. And I tell you, the thing that I'm most impressed with is he does not hide the fact of where he came from. He embraces it because all of those steps along the way
have made him who he is.
Exactly.
Yep, and he should be proud of who he is.
Yep, and he and his teammates, and I know his teammates are proud of him. So, again, we hope we could make up just a little bit for not having a senior night and bring him and his story to you. As we head down the stretch, we mentioned early on that the snow out was forcing you into a situation now where you have to play the next 4 straight on the road before heading to the tournament, which will end up being 6 straight on the road before the tournament. And as we move into this game with Old Dominion this weekend, all of a sudden you catch them playing some of their best basketball of the year. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Wouldn't have it any other way, right?
Yeah, I hate the fact that, we weren't able to put in a home series in there. Not only do you hate it for our ball club and obviously JV being an outgoing senior and not having senior day, just hate it for our fans as well, right?
They made such a difference. They were here for 2 games.
Really, as soon as we were able to have fans in the stands, we have, obviously enjoyed having them there. We could hear them in the Charlotte series, and then the next one is out because of snow in Louisiana. And it is what it is. And now we'll end up playing Old Dominion on the road and FAU on the road. We'll end up, assuming nothing else gets canceled, end up losing the La Tech series altogether. Obviously that we could end up plugging it if something else happens with ODU or with FAU and La Tech's schedule as well.
Wow.
But otherwise, we'll be two games down in the league standings as far as
number of
played.
games.
Correct.
Yep. All right. Gives us time here to We pulled at your heartstrings a little bit.
Your favorite section.
Not your favorite? Okay, it's time for 5 random questions tonight with Coach Nick McDevitt. Number 1, what's your favorite non-sports magazine?
Non-sports magazine. I don't know. I'm not a big. My wife is a big magazine person. She loves flipping through magazines. I don't know that I mean, anything dealing with like real estate or home buying and selling homes, buying and renovating homes, love them.
Yep.
HGTV.
Yeah.
Our if it's not on a ball game in our house, it's on DirecTV channel 229. HGTV.
The 4 I get are Southern Living, Coastal Living, Garden and Gun, and Texas Monthly. Texas Monthly is a great
Texas
magazine.
Monthly.
Texas Monthly, great magazine. Did you know that Murfreesboro was the state capital of Tennessee from 1818 until 1826? Why did it move back to Nashville? Do you have any idea why it moved back to Nashville?
No, I do not.
It all comes down to money. Murfreesboro officials would not pay $100 to move all the state records from Nashville to Murfreesboro. Otherwise, we would probably still be
the state capital.
Yeah, we'll have to put a call into Shane and get that. See if he can
that $100.
Get that $100, and we can be the state capital again. Besides your phone, what is the most useful device that you have?
The remote.
Oh, there you go. That one did not take very long at all. What's your favorite way to waste time? The remote.
Oh.
What is your favorite time-wasting activity?
When I get on the bus for some of our long road trips, putting in some music and I end up playing wordscapes on my phone. Next thing you know, you can go through a couple playlists and play some a little bit of wordscapes on your phone, and you look up and you're a couple hours down the road.
And you're there. There you go. And finally, should the Cup Series race on road courses?
Yes.
You like it?
I do.
Okay.
When
Sell me.
Well, I think it shows that you are a complete driver and a complete
And I agree.
team.
I do agree with you.
Road course, short tracks, middle, the mile and a halves, the super speedways. If you can master Martinsville and Bristol, you can master Daytona and Talladega. You can master the Roval at Charlotte and Daytona road course. And this year at Bristol, it'll be dirt track as well.
That's in the May race, or is that the August race?
That is the spring race.
Okay, so it'll be dirt track coming up.
You're not going to put dirt there for the night race at Bristol. Can't do that.
No. And see, this week they go where?
I don't know where they're at this week.
We're gonna, I may have to try to work on getting Chase Elliott on here next week. See if we can to do that.
My guy.
Your guy. I mean, we have to get the Chase Elliott update every week.
Yeah, it got punted at the end of the race.
It was not a pooch punt either.
No. Denny Hamlin did not let him back in and just scooted him from behind. Got scooted twice in the last 15 laps.
All right. We'll take a break here and come back with our final segment with Coach McDevitt right after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield IMG College.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Hi, this is Coach Nick McDevitt. Ascend Federal Credit Union is the proud sponsor and exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Visit Ascend's branch just off campus at 2316 East Main Street or any of their 3 other Murfreesboro locations. You can also keep track of your accounts and deposit checks on the go with Ascend's mobile app. For a complete list of services, ATMs, and locations, visit ascend.org. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA.
DoubleTree by Hilton Murfreesboro's heated indoor-outdoor pool makes them the perfect stop to take a splash for your next staycation. Or give them a call and let them help you navigate how to plan your next event. Enjoy flexible event venues that include a pillar-free ballroom and 2 boardrooms. They've got award-winning customer service for you, plus catering and AV equipment rental. There's really nothing that you need that they can't supply. Plus, don't we all love their famous warm DoubleTree cookie welcome?
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 80 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. We provide 24/7 assistance by calling 1-888-MY-ROSCOE. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com. News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back to our final segment, brought to you in part by Tri-Green Equipment. You can find them online at trygreen.com and TOA. Visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. I want to send a shout-out tonight to Dustin Henry with the Learfield crew over the weekend. We had no games coach, but he was the gamer. He got engaged to his now fiance. She said yes. He asked the question, so Dustin came through this weekend.
Big time.
There he
Good
is.
for him.
So congratulations. D. Good job, buddy. Well, now Jeff Jones and the ball club from Old Dominion, like we mentioned before the break, they're playing some of their best basketball right now. They are now at 12 and let's see, they're 8-4 in the conference. They are 12-6 overall, and split this past weekend with UAB, which we know how good they are.
Yeah, they're Old Dominion's playing well. They've got a lot of vets back. Curry, Oliver, Green, all back on the perimeter. Reese and Kalu Ezikbe is the guy that they're really playing through right now. 6'8", 235-pound post player. Strong, aggressive. They're just a really solid club.
The way Jeff coaches, the way he builds his teams, I would imagine that if you're not having to play him, you're kind of a fan of their team and the way that they're built.
Absolutely. He's obviously a terrific coach. They've got just good, solid play night in and night out. They don't beat themselves. The pace of play isn't frenetic. They're gonna just. Again, it's just solid ball.
Yeah,
they're gonna run good sets. They're good. They're tough. You kind of know what you're going to get from their team, kind of year in and year out. Kind of like what we were talking about last week with La Tech. You kind of know the makeup of their team and what those players are going to be like and what they're going to be expected to do. And it's a lot to be said about Old Dominion as well.
Life on the road with the Blue Raiders this
That's
weekend.
Right.
We'll have the broadcast here on the Blue Raider Network. Go get them.
Yes, sir.
All right, for Coach Nick McDevitt, Nathan Wallach, and for Javante Milner, Chris, Chip Walters saying thanks for being with us tonight, and we'll talk to you Friday night for Blue Raider basketball here on the Blue Raider Network. Good night.
This has been Nick McDevitt Live, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative.